In this episode I'm going to be literally playing with fire. I'm going to be cooking up some grub and having some fun with the Bushcraft Essentials BUSHBOX LF. So I'm going to be cooking my tea on the BUSHBOX LF by Bushcraft Essentials. So I went for all of the optional extras, so that includes the pretty leather case. I'll get everything out of the pack and then I'll go through all the specs individually. It's quite a tight fit because I keep it in the little Hessian bag that it came with. Here's the leather case. Just got a little press stud clip to close it off. So I've got the optional grill plate, the multifunctional case, and here's the stove itself, which you've probably seen something like this before, which is foldable. And these little trivet pot stands, they actually come with the stove. So this particular version, the LF, stands between the original BUSHBOX and the extra large version. The LF stands for large foldable. This one's the stainless steel model. It's very well made. You can definitely tell that it's made in Germany because the finish is spot on. All the hinges work perfectly and there's no rough edges or anything like that. So this stove is 14 centimeters high and it's 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So this unit on its own weighs 470 grams, but I will go through all these additional extras as well. So we'll start off with the multifunctional case. So this has a number of purposes. You can use it to start your original fire on here, so you could light some birch bark or something and then pour it into the stove, get it going that way. It also acts as something maybe like a chopping board for preparing your food on. And it's got these little slots in it here which allow the stove to fit in it, so it gives it a nice sturdy base to put it on. And it also helps protect, you know, the ground or whatever it is beneath from scorch marks. And it also lets you store the stove and all of these little accessories inside it as well. And then everything fits inside the leather case. So the base plate and the ash pan, they work on a hinge system also, which you can see there. So one folds up like that and then the other folds the other way. And that allows you to press the stove together to make it nice and compact in your pack. So if you want this multifunctional case, this adds an extra 155 grams to the package. There's a further 50 grams of weight if you want the grill plate, which just fits on top like that. Great for cooking a bit of steak or a burger. And if you want the leather pouch, which I think makes all the difference to be honest, that's another 90 grams. So it's not a lightweight kit. So if you're into the bushcrafty kind of things anyway, you tend to expect to be carrying a little bit more weight, as you usually use heavy duty kit, axes and saws and things like that. So let's get this fired up and get my tea cooked. Alright, so we best get sorted with a bit of firewood. Easier than it looks. Alright, I'm going to put the stove on this chopping board. If I mark the table, it's going to kill me. So most of the time you'll start a small fire in here and then you'll feed sticks in, you know, to keep the fire going. But with this kind of stove, And I like to put larger pieces in like this, get it going a little bit like a Swedish fire torch. See if that works. A bit like Jenga. Right, so that's nice, compact, but there are some gaps where I can put something in to start the fire. Right, so I'm going to use a little bit of this fire dragon. I think this is what the British Army used. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of this gel down these gaps. Look at that. It's like Ghostbusters. Let some of that seep into those cracks. You can just about see the flame. That's starting to take pretty well. These kind of fires burn for quite a long time, so you're not constantly feeding sticks in through the little gap. So that's why I prefer the Swedish fire torch kind of thing with these kind of stoves. So ideally I could have done with, sawing the wood down to just below the top of the stove. That way I could have started cooking on it straight away. I could, if I wanted, just put the pot straight on there to boil water. But it's smothering the flame a bit, so it's going to get really smoky, which isn't ideal, so we'll get that off. So one other thing I've forgotten to do is put the stove in this. So I'm going to lift that up while it's still manageable. Yeah, that's better, look. You can tell it's only the first time I've used it. So that's been going for easily 10 minutes. Not had to put any sticks in or feed the fire. So if you want a long lasting fire, this is the way to go. So this has been going over 20 minutes. Still got plenty of life left in it. Could do with it going down a little bit and then start to get some food on the go. Right, so those coals look pretty good to me. Nice glowing red. Let's get the grill plate on and start getting a bit of food on the go. So on the menu this evening we've got salt and pepper belly pork. Right, let's get them on the grill. So it's not the biggest grill in the world, but just enough for a few pieces of belly pork. Oh yeah, that's looking good already. Starting to brown nicely. I'm just going to add a couple of small pieces of wood just to keep things ticking over. It's starting to look really good. Let's get these done on the ends a little bit as well. Let's get a bit more flame in there. Look at the state of the table. All this fat from the belly pork. Definitely not for people on a diet. They're really good. Let's get some more wood on the go. Boil some water. Why do the flames always go where the handles are. They didn't last very long. So what do you reckon to the new merch? Not managed to find anywhere that can do PM yet. So, my initial thoughts on the BUSHBOX LF. Well, the quality is superb and the size is perfect for a one-person wood stove. It packs down really small and everything fits into the multifunction case, which is also really handy when you want to get your fire started and you want to light some small little tinder. The leather case does give it that extra premium touch. You can get wood stoves for a lot cheaper, but if you want the best, then something like this is maybe what you want to have a look at. And I can't wait to test this out properly in the woods after lockdown.